shooting fireballs out of your hand can't propagandize you.
We're entering our flop era.
Shit's bleak out here. All right.
18 plus, who wants to get milked?
It's kind of quality we have here. Debate this.
I need the edge. I need what the raw, unfiltered internet can bring you.
This is probably only going to be the third or fourth dumbest thing I've said today.
That's for nobody.
Just out there raw dogging the internet.
Way more hog than I expected.
It's about as much hog as I anticipated.
This is going to be one of those episodes, isn't it?
Here comes the cow. Here comes the cow.
All right, let's get this over with so we can play Magic. Okay, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how Matt has been playing a game that isn't Overwatch.
Yeah, I sure have. It's Ball X Pit time, baby.
I'm not buying it. I think he's lying to us.
Bro, give me permissions right now. I'll share my screen. Right now. You can look at my town. I'll harvest for you. I'll harvest in front of your eyes, Kyle.
I don't know if I want that.
I feel like it's been years since we've been trying to convince Matt. Like, Matt, you would love X game, and
all
we
it
finally
took was a brick breaker.
All it took was a brick breaker, man. That's what I needed.
There's a few paths to Matt's heart, but one of those paths is definitively a brick breaker. Like,
yeah. It's kind of honestly anything pinball adjacent really just does something for me, you know.
Yeah.
Like I got the Pong guy today, the shield bearer. Have you seen him? He has a shield, so you get to play Pong on the bottom.
You're way farther.
I was
going to
say I am ready for Matt being in the depths of this game that Andrew started before him.
I just unlocked my 10th character.
The reason why I haven't been playing is just a bit of a real life update.
Because you've been playing Overwatch.
I've not been. fuck Kyle. No. In addition to researching this, I run a campaign for just our local friends, and we did recently a bit where it was like a game within a game, and I made a paper card battler for my friends to play D&D.
It's true. I was there.
I'm so happy.
I think this was the prototype. This will come back in a bigger way, Kyle.
Good.
You're gonna benefit from this. I don't know how yet, but you're gonna benefit from this somehow.
I'm so excited.
So,
I couldn't be happier.
Speaking of more things that aren't 2016's Overwatch, fighting games. Do you guys fight in games? I don't fight in games.
Dude, we did a whole Mortal Kombat flavor text. I fight in games.
I know. Yeah.
I Smash is the single fighting game I'm any good at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've fighting's a game or two in my day.
Yeah.
I played a Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we talked about Mortal Kombat, we all talked about like we dipped our toes into Soul Calibur single player. So speaking of, you should go, if you're listening and you like fighting games, or if you don't, doesn't matter. You should go listen to that Mortal Kombat episode because that lore is bananas. And that was about a little less than a year ago, as of this recording. And guys, as crazy pants as the world of Mortal Kombat is, I'm not sure anything compares to the absolute cement block on the gas pedal that is today's episode topic, the long-running anime fighting series Guilty Gear.
Long running? I wasn't expecting the words long running to start that off.
Yeah. So sponsoring this wild journey to the backyard and beyond is longtime #ButtThompNation member and my personal sleep paralysis demon waving a copy of Destiny 2 above my head, Zakix. If you too at home want to contribute to my inevitable early onset dementia, all you need is a one-time payment of $60 at the master debater level at our Patreon, patreon.com/debatethiscast. And tell us what you want to get flavor texted next. That's a verb now. That's right. Now, with that out of the way, here to debate the finer parts of the theory of magical science are my fellow magic scholars, Matt, Dr. Baldhead Cole, and Kyle, Bedman Harper. We may or may not be joined by Todd Soul Badman Thomas. He is out getting cigarettes.
He's at large.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. What's happening?
You should be. As they say in the industry, let's rock. So I'm just gonna skip past the first section and assume none of y'all know anything about Guilty Gear.
I want to take. Oh, Kyle, go ahead.
Go ahead, Matt. I know enough about. I know the name Guilty Gear.
Okay.
I know the name
That's not
Guilty.
nothing.
I know the game Guilty Gear with a positive connotation to it. I
That's
feel
not
like
nothing.
it was. I feel like it's made some list of best fighting games on some platform I've been trying to emulate recently, but
Yeah.
I can't say for sure.
I have literally never heard of this before in my life, but I do want to briefly hold space for the 90 seconds of this show you had us watch before we started this.
Yeah.
I've watched
It's not a
exactly.
show, it's a game, but yeah.
That's what I said. I've seen exactly 90 seconds of this content, and it had something to do with babies coming from eyes, and the animation is crazy.
It's
And
insane.
I feel like, okay, step back with me if you will. When I was a kid, when I was in middle school, I had a couple of friends. I used to go to sleepovers at their house, and they were like way crazier than me, but just like
Sure.
suburban white kid crazy, where it was
Yeah,
you know, it's like 11 p.m. on a Friday, and they were like, let's all drink a 2-liter of Mountain Dew and who can stay up the latest.
Yeah, like
and
you do.
yeah, like that kind of thing. This has so much monster energy that I am not prepared to take this on at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night. I'm scared.
Yeah. So as I've stared into the void for the past 48 hours, I've come to the conclusion, I think the best comparison is that the Guilty Gear series has the same energy and subtlety as the Pokédex entries in early Pokemon games, where like everything, and so what I mean by that is like the Pokédex entries, a lot of them are like, this thing can grow up to 5 miles long and it runs fast. It runs 400 miles faster than anything on land. Like it's just everything is extra times a million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was getting I think I'm going to I might mix up my modern animes here. I'm getting what I've seen of like I think One Punch Man, or like I think that's the one where everything is the ist of whatever it is.
It has a lot. Actually, that's a really good one that you brought up because we'll get into it, but Guilty Gear also has a huge heavy metal vibe.
Okay.
Both in the genre and 1980X's heavy metal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's jump in. So the origin of Guilty Gear can be traced back to one singular man, Daisuke Ishiwatari. Daisuke Ishiwatari was born in 1973 in Johannesburg, South Africa, and then his family shortly moved to Japan. That's where he was raised. And while in school, he developed the concept for Guilty Gear as he was inspired by other fighting games at the time, Street Fighter 2. It was all over the place, Street Fighter 2. And he wanted to create something similar, but he wanted to do something that was a little bit deeper, focused on like tactics. And he pitched this idea to the new company he just started working with, Arc System Works. It's a developer publisher in Japan. And then after he started working, he reportedly self-reportedly threw all of it out the window and said, "No, fuck it, I want to make cool characters." So he did that.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, Ishiwatari led a team of 12 developers. They all called themselves Team Neo Blood.
Whoa.
Great.
And they spent the next year and a half working on what would become Guilty Gear. Famously, Ishiwatari did most of the work. 8 of the 12 developers reportedly barely contributed to this game because they were all just like entry level people who had no idea what they were doing. And Ishiwatari did pretty much everything himself in that first game. He was the concerned ape is to Stardew Valley as he is to Guilty Gear, basically. So he made the character designs, from the illustrations, he did game development, he did the voice of the main character, and most importantly, he composed the game's soundtrack. And I need to note that all of these soundtracks are fucking bangers.
All right, hell yeah.
Okay.
Because Daisuke Ishiwatari, he's a metalhead at heart. And
Sick.
The setting and characters of this game was heavily inspired by a manga that was popular in the 80s called Bastard. Heavy metal dark fantasy.
I love that.
Wow.
So, if anyone familiar with the content, you'll definitely catch references and you'll get it in the vibes. But like the game is just oozing with the heavy metal energy. It's got a ton of references. The most notable is the main protagonist is a heavy nod to Freddie Mercury.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty neat. So
I like that guy.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not, right? So Guilty Gear released on PlayStation in Japan in May of 1998, and then later that year in North America. And it was pretty well received, like Kyle said. They're all above average fighting games. Despite its flashy and very over the top veneer, the game is actually super technical. It is not like playing Tekken or Street Fighter. There's a lot of like hidden mechanics. This is like one of the first games that pioneered like cancels, like move canceling, and like there's a lot of there's a lot of tech. So this is a fighting game fans fighting game.
Cool.
And I think that's a really important thing to know, which is why it's not for any of us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's never had the mainstream success of like a Tekken, right? Like this is not the game that you're playing with Matt's friends after chugging 2 liters of Mountain Dew at 2 a.m, right? Like this is like you are a fighting game person.
Yeah.
But
Tekken is too easy for you.
Exactly.
You have mastered Tekken and you need something more.
Now, not to say like you can't enjoy. I mean, I downloaded the latest and I played a little bit of it. And I was like, yeah, I get it. It's it's not for me. But it's got its fan base. It is a huge presence at stuff like Evo and a lot of like competitive fighting game tournaments. You will always see Guilty Gear there. So yeah, it's got its thing. Daisuke Ishiwatari, meanwhile, he's still very connected to the series. To this day, he still serves as like the lead developer or lead director rather, and he's composed every single soundtrack. And he's also done other titles that Arc System Works has done. If you've ever heard of Blaze Blue, which is like another adjacent fighting series, and then a couple other games here or there. But yeah, before we get into the story, if you take one thing from today, it's take this. Go listen to the soundtrack for Guilty Gear Strive. It fucking rips. Like, just do it.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right.
So there are a decent amount of games. A lot of them are Japanese exclusives. A lot of them are like, oh, it was this update that added, these characters or made these changes, yada, yada, yada. And much like a fighting game, the story of Guilty Gear is told in 1, the instruction booklet, and 2, in the various character endings, right? So I'll talk through like each of the games and then we'll jump into the lore, which is bananas. So starting from the top.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. Starting from the top, Guilty Gear, aka Guilty Gear The Missing Link, originally released for PlayStation in 1998. All of these have ridiculous side or sub names, so we're just going to go through them.
Perfect.
Guilty Gear X in brackets by your side G Gear.
Okay.
This was released for Dreamcast and PS2 in 2000. Guilty Gear X got 2 Japanese exclusive updates: Guilty Gear Plus, or Guilty Gear X Plus, and Guilty Gear X version 1.5, and then later got a Game Boy Advance port.
Okay.
We've got
incredible.
I need some water now. I'm going to say Guilty Gear a lot.
For all of the jokes we make about Final Fantasy and its naming conventions, this is that. This is just actually
This is every joke about an anime property that we've made times 10.
All wrapped into one series.
The only box we haven't checked are there aren't a lot of zippers in this one.
Oh.
Yeah. This doesn't have the Tetsuya Nomura stank on it. Okay, so Guilty Gear XX, The Midnight Carnival, that was released for PS2 in 2002. It got a major update as Guilty Gear XX, not hashtag, but sharp reload.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Hashtag wasn't a thing yet.
Hashtag wasn't a thing yet.
It was pound.
Yeah. And then
It was sharp.
it's sharp in Japan.
Yeah.
And then another Japanese exclusive update, Guilty Gear XX Slash.
Cool.
I feel like this is the one it's Guilty Gear X or Guilty
Yeah.
Gear. I've seen it as X2, I think, but
There-
those are one of the
there
two
is-
I've.
So
Oh, there's X2 is separate.
no, there's an X, there's an XX, and there's a 2.
Oh, okay.
Good Lord.
And then there's a Zerd.
A Zerd?
Like third with a Z.
Yep. No, with an X, it's Xerd.
Oh my
Good.
God.
Good.
Oh,
Keep them coming.
you guys aren't ready.
I'm not, dude. I'm telling you. I need to slam a vault.
A Volt. I haven't thought of Volt in 20 years.
Oh, fuck, dude. Guilty Gear XX Lambda Core was
We have a friend who works there.
so this one was kind of a definitive edition of XX. It was originally released for PS2 and the Wii in 2007. And then that game got a story mode add-on that was called Guilty Gear XX Lambda Core Plus in 2009. Guilty Gear 2 Overture, that's in italics, it's important. So Guilty Gear 2 Overture broke tradition, and it's the only not mainline title that isn't a fighting game. It's an action adventure game. So it's just a single player 3D action adventure game.
What year did that come out?
Yeah. That was 2008 for the 360.
Oh, well, that's
PS3.
everybody was doing those.
Kind of everyone was doing those, yeah.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
If you were making a Call of Duty knockoff, you
Yeah.
were making a
I'm also going to guess that it
Action
was
adventure
pretty gray. That was the gray aughts.
those.
Yep.
Those were the gray years.
Yeah. We've got, of course, Guilty Gear Xrd Sign, which was released for the PS3 and PS4 in 2014. And then the direct sequel, Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, which concluded the story of Xrd, was released for PS3, PS4 in 2016. And then that got an update.
The fans were really clamoring for a conclusion to the story set up in
the fans
Xrd.
needed more Xrd. It got an update in the form of Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, Revision 2. Okay, and then the current iteration of Guilty Gear is Guilty Gear Strive. That's it. No other weird shit. Just
Not-
Guilty
not
Gear Strive.
Strive or Strive
X.
for
Strive with a 4 for the E.
yeah.
Guilty Gear Strive was released for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, all of those in 2021, and then Switch in 2023. So you can play this game and on Steam. So you can play this game on any console, any modern console that you have or modern application that you have. And that is the up-to-date iteration of Guilty Gear.
Can I just say real quick? I feel insane. I've never heard of any of this. Like I know that I am not a fighting game person by any means. I know that things exist in niches and I don't know everything, but like for a game to have been released this consistently for this long, I just looked, it was at the Esports World Cup this year, an event that I watched like 2 weeks of.
Yeah.
It's crazy that I feel like I've literally never heard of this ever before today.
I guess.
Matt, did you have a Game Informer subscription at all in the early aughts, in the late
Yes,
years?
I did.
That's where I feel like
that's
I was
probably where you
pushed.
would have seen it because it definitely
Guilty
had the
Gear.
most content on PS2.
Yeah.
This feels like a game that I missed because I didn't watch enough G4.
You know,
Also probably accurate.
maybe I would say it was definitely, if you weren't dialed in the PS2 era specifically, you probably didn't hear about it, because there really wasn't much going on in the G4 era, because the G4 era predominantly covered the PS3, Xbox 360, late PS2. Well, I guess it was kind of the PS2 era. Never mind. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. My timing's all off.
I feel like
I think Kyle's right.
X or XX was in like the.
I think you're right.
Like I think it was always in the like upcoming games section of Game Informer for like a year or something. Like I kind of remember like, oh cool, I'll get that when I get a PS2 and it comes out, and neither and PS2 never happened.
If this is an easy comparison, Guilty Gear XX was like, think of like Melee, right? Like that was like the Guilty Gear for a while.
Got it.
And there was like perennial updates, but like that was the game that if you wanted to play Guilty Gear, that was the one until Xrd, which was the brawl basically.
Yeah. So,
all right. So then of course there's side games. There are always side games. I'm just going to list these off because this is nothing. This is pretty much a nothing burger. So we've got Guilty Gear Petite. This is a Japanese exclusive with a bunch of chibi characters. This was released for the Wonder Swan Color in 2001.
The Wonder Swan.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Kelsey Lewin, former guest of the show, owns it, which is fun.
That's right. Its sequel, Guilty Gear Petite 2, came out later that year also for the Wonder Swan. We've got Guilty Gear Isuka, which is a non-canonical entry that added a side-scrolling 4-player adventure mode that came out for PS2 in 2004. Guilty Gear...
Is that would that be like Castle Crashers, but Guilty Gear? Is that what I'm...
Kinda, yeah, like a brawler. Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah. Guilty Gear, it's more like if you ever played... what was the Tekken one? Tekken did this. I think it was Tekken 4 had like a single player side scrolling mode where you fought
Subspace Emissary.
It's Subspace Emissary.
Ergeist was like that too, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, the game, the one game only Matt played and no one else remembers. Ergeist.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that one.
Matt could claim anything about that game, and I would believe it.
Well, that's what I was playing that instead of hearing about Guilty Gear. So
that's a good point. Guilty Gear ROA, which I do not remember what that stands for, do not ask, is a Japanese exclusive released over broadband internet in 2006.
Incredible.
Wow.
Guilty Gear Dust Strikers is a third-party portable entry released for the DS, also in 2006. Guilty Gear Judgment is a legit side-scrolling beat-em-up that was released for the PSP, also in 2006. And then Pro Jumper Guilty Gear Tangent is a 2D platformer that came out for the DS in 2011. And then, as these things tend to do, Guilty Gear also got a pachinko slot in 2013.
Sure.
And it's got canonical story because, of course, it does.
Everybody gets one.
Andrew was I'm not even going to attempt to say his name. The creator involved in all of these as much as he was for like the mainline games.
I don't actually know. It didn't. What I read didn't really specify. This is the least amount of information I've ever seen written about a pretty famous game developer. His wiki page has 2 sentences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything I had to derive from like other reports and other articles about the different games. Like, dude's just way more private than some of these. Because
all these side games, especially, have a real like one for you, one for us feel to them from the studio. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Help us sell Wonder Swans.
Yeah.
Help us. Sell DSIs.
It was the gray aughts, baby. Everyone's got to have a portable. Everyone's got to have, whatever, like striking out to get whatever the like it version of a genre is at that time. Everyone needs a mobile gotcha game,
Yeah.
So, all right, are you guys ready for the lore?
Oh my God.
I don't know that I am.
I'm gonna try to be.
You aren't. Let me get into character. It is the distant future. 1999 AD. So we start at 1999 AD. One day, completely without warning, every single electronic device suddenly malfunctioned, which caused several natural disasters, ultimately leading to complete and total societal collapse. This singular event, would come to be known as the dawn of revival.
Okay. I get it so far.
If you're putting the dots, if you're connecting the dots, that is correct. In this universe, Y2K happened.
Oh, wait, I didn't connect the dots. Oh, no. Oh, no. Damn it.
So in this universe, Y2K was the thing. Immediately following the dawn of revival, the UN, that's right, just the UN, banned all technology across the world. And everyone was like, all right.
You know, we don't get enough Y2K post-apocalyptic fiction, I don't think.
Yeah, man.
And the best part about this is everyone was just like, all right.
Hell yeah,
So the world dumped their Game Boys and Nokia phones for a new toy, Magic.
Yeah, me when I turned 13.
Nice. So enter four unnamed dudes known only as the Apostles. They come and they introduce the world to magic. And within about 9 years, nearly everyone on Earth just knows magic now.
Okay.
Yeah, and this has basically replaced what technology was. So instead of like the internet, people shoot fireballs and cast lightning bolts.
I mean, that's better.
I bet it's better than our current situation.
It is kind of better.
At least in a lot of ways.
Look, if you came to me right now and said they're outlawing technology, nothing works anymore, I'd agree. I'm down.
Yeah, man. I mean,
fuck it.
Look, shooting fireballs out of your hand can't propagandize you.
Yeah,
Not with that attitude.
not if everyone's doing it.
Not if
That's
everyone's
true.
doing it. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Power to the people.
In case you're wondering, the way that this magic system works is there's fire, there's lightning, there's air, and there's water magic. There's also key magic. Don't ask what key is. So, why is this possible? What is this magic? Where does it come from? Who are the apostles? All good questions. Let's rewind just a bit. Let's go back to Y2K. So, I'm going to talk about some revelations that come in later in the series, but we're gonna start by we're doing the chronological timeline thing. Go ahead. Kyle.
Before we dive in,
Yeah.
do we need to explain Y2K to any of our potential younger
Probably.
listeners?
I mean, do you want to do a type 30 on Y2K?
Yeah, I mean, Y2K was the idea that on New Year's Day, year 2000, computers would not roll. They would roll over to 1900 instead of 2000, and effectively destroying the world, or the world as run by computers, at least. And none of that happened.
Yeah.
People worked really hard to make sure that didn't happen. It wasn't just like an unfounded thing, but it didn't happen.
The UN put in a lot of hours to fix it.
Yeah.
So we're going to rewind back. Friends listening at home, as always, we have an Imager library. You may open up the link in the show notes and start following along now, because Image 1 is our first main sort of fixation or fixture of this universe, a mysterious figure called the Original.
Ooh.
Wow.
Now, the Original was just a man born in the 20th century, about just like you or me, but his IQ was so high that it was officially determined to be immeasurable.
It was that of 4 supercomputers.
Yeah, pretty much. A scholar of many sciences, the Original discovered the existence of the backyard, which is like kind of like an upside down, upside down dimension.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, they're
Not where they play children's baseball in video game.
Not where
world.
they play lawn darts in children's baseball. Yes. So there in the backyard, magical energies permeate like oxygen. There's magic everywhere, And the original goes to the backyard and learns how to tap into these energies and cast magic. There you go. So
Okay.
now the original did another thing, and he said, you know what I should do? I should create an information organism, aka AI, that's going to lead mankind to a golden age of knowledge. Do you want to guess what happened?
I bet it didn't. I bet it didn't lead mankind to a golden age of knowledge.
Did the
sure
AI
didn't.
take over? The AI took over, didn't it?
It sure did. It sure did, Kyle and Matt. It sure didn't, and it sure did. So this AI called the Universal Will was created to be this gateway to absolute information, and instead the AI instantly went rogue and said, well, there's no such thing as humanity because I've never seen them, so I'm going to attempt to make contact with humanity myself. And it did so by jacking into every single electronic device in the entire world simultaneously,
And it caused Y2K?
thus causing Y2K.
That's Y2K.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we need a law that if you name any kind of AI at all, anything that could be interpreted, like
Yeah.
you've got to run it by
Yeah.
a panel, and if any of them deem it like, nope, that's villain shit.
It's too nefarious.
You've got to run it under a junkyard magnet and exile the person who created it to an island with no technology. I think
Yeah.
that's the rule.
I agree.
Yeah. So the Universal Will is shown on image 2. There's not much to see because it's kind of a formless being, but the Universal Will effectively causes Y2K and then says, okay, so humanity must be eradicated, yada, yada, yada. Great.
Sure.
So we're there. So following all of that, the original is like, fuck. And he goes, okay, well, to fix this, I'm going to take magic to the real world. So he enlists his closest students, which among them his 4 most closest confidants, and those 4 evangelize the practice of magic across the globe, aka the theory of magical science.
So magic was only a backyard thing.
Correct.
And then these students, the backyardigans, if you will,
If you will. And Matt, I will.
Yeah.
they've been studying under the original of backyard magic, and now they're gonna go tell all their friends how to do backyard magic. Cool.
Yep.
Sick, bro.
You pretty much nailed it. So you probably already figured it out. Those are the apostles.
This sounds like this sounds like my stoner friends in high school, planning where they're gonna go smoke after school.
Yeah, man, we're gonna go practice
We're
backyard
gonna go to the
magic
backyard
with the apostles.
with the universal will, man.
So, just to catch everyone up, a scientist discovers an alternate dimension full of magic and built an AI there. That AI then invaded our world in the form of doing a Y2K. So in order to prevent society from grinding to a halt, he then teaches everyone on Earth how to shoot fireballs to save the world. Cool. So
adds up. Makes sense to me.
great. So the world continues on with magic now, and magic is now the heart of science and innovation. We see infrastructure and laws and society is reshaped around magical science. So in 2014, the United States begins experimenting on cellular therapy using magic.
I remember that.
It's classic. Classic Obama years. So the project was originally intended to cure terminal disease in humans by infusing stem cells with magical properties of the backyard. These stem cells they would call gear cells.
Yep.
They sure did.
We're getting there's one of the words in the title.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, as these things always tend to do, projects like this catch the ears of a military organization with nefarious intentions. But while this is happening, we have three main researchers leading this project: Frederick Bulsara, Aria Hale, and a third person we only know as that man.
What? It's him, her, and that guy.
That Guyman over here.
Image 3. We have so much left. Image 3. The man. So from left to right, you've got Frederick, his girlfriend Aria, and finally that man.
So, he's not even like a in the shadows figure that we never see. He's like just our buddy who's around.
Well, we can't see his eyes, Matt. So that's how we know he's mysterious.
We only know him as that man.
He is the dude.
He's like Voldemort. Like, you can't say his name. He's that man.
He's that man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bad thing. That man / negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Frederick and Aria are in love. And these three, Frederick, Aria, and that man, were like a tight-knit group of friends, right? Like, they were all chill with each other until Aria had succumbed to a mysterious anime disease and was inexplicably dying.
I know what you mean. Like, she just they hand wave what disease it is, and that's what you mean by anime disease. But I imagine she was like looked like a normal person, and then one day woke up and her eyes were like the size of her whole face, and then coughed blood into a handkerchief, and that's how you knew she was.
The Hollywood version of that is dying of a broken heart.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But she had a legit disease that has a place in the lore or whatever. But right now it's just mysterious anime disease. And that man and Frederick are like, we're going to find a cure. We're going to work together. So they say, Aria, you have to go into cryo sleep because we're going to find a cure for you. So she does. But unbeknownst to Frederick, that man had secretly restructured Frederick's DNA with the gear cells. And that effectively turned Frederick into the first gear prototype.
Okay.
Pretty wild.
Pretty
so
crazy.
It was at that time. So Frederick is a gear. That's a sentence that you didn't think you were going to hear today.
Okay.
It was at that time the American military intervened and said, this is our research now. We're going to take it to do super soldier shit.
Yeah.
As they do.
As they do.
There was an accident at the lab, and that man and Aria were both reported missing, and Frederick was presumed dead. So the U.S. government took over research into the gears and, of course, rerouted everything to create a super weapon, obviously. Reportedly, that man was also collaborating as the lead researcher developer. So over the next Probably fine. So this was 2016. So fast forward 60 years
to today.
Today.
It's been 60 years since 2016, right?
Yeah, kind of feels like it.
At least feels like it.
So the U.S. is continuing their research into gears. They've created prototype super soldiers, but these prototypes are regularly across the years being hunted and killed by this wandering bounty hunter. This wandering bounty hunter has no name, and all of the collective military outlets just started calling him
that
bad
man.
Guy.
Oh,
nope.
No.
Bad guy.
No. This series has a that man and a bad guy.
Yep.
Jesus
Guy
Christ.
Badman. Now you see Frederick, the guy who was injected with gear cells and was created to be a gear.
Frederick is a gear.
Frederick is a gear. Put that on the whiteboard. Frederick wasn't dead because he developed a headband that stopped the influence of his gear cells so that they wouldn't take over and would limit his gear power, but he's still immortal because he's a gear.
Okay.
I'm following fine. Nothing about this is confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Except that we have that man and bad guy.
So let's forget about that man for a little bit. He doesn't matter right now. But who does matter is bad guy, because Frederick vowed revenge against the military and against that man, and he would adopt the name Saul or Soul, and as well as the surname Bad Guy that others had referred to him. That's right. Frederick is Soul Bad Guy, the main protagonist of this game and Image 4. This is Saul Bad Guy.
Soul Bad Guy.
Soul Bad Guy.
As real Saul Goodman vibes.
Holy shit, man.
He's
This
got a
is
belt that says
crazy.
free on it.
Yeah, he does. And I know you said there weren't zippers, but there's so many buckles.
There's so many buckles.
It's a lot of
Well, you
buckles.
see, Matt, animes didn't invent zipper technology until after
Yeah.
Y2K.
Oh, yeah.
And since Y2K hit this universe, they never got to develop zipper. They never got to develop zipper technology.
Zipper, the UN banned zipper tech.
Yeah.
So this is all very dumb and silly. There is a reason why his name is Bad Guy. This is the nod to Freddie Mercury. I didn't know this, but apparently Freddie Mercury's nickname was Bad Guy.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So this is
sure.
actually an homage to Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
The hilt of his sword is more phallic than most hilts
which
to
is
swords.
crazy because the blade of his sword looks more like a harmonica than any sword I've ever seen.
Oh man. So we've gone some length in time. We're by 2074. The Gear project had become fully realized with the creation of Justice, the first fully complete Gear. Justice is shown in Image 5.
Whoa. Big difference between Frederick the Gear and because Frederick is Soul Bad Guy, so Soul Bad Guy is a Gear.
Soul
and
Bad Guy is a deer.
There's a big difference between Soul Bad Guy, a Gear, and Justice, the complete Gear.
Yeah, well, Justice is a complete Gear.
So there's no
Soul
flesh.
Bad Guy is not a completed gear.
That's correct.
Yeah.
He's
He's
a
just got the
prototype.
gear cells.
Yeah, he's just
But
got the gear cells.
This is just a robot.
a robot with a massive dong.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, it's a cod piece, right?
It's a cod
I don't know if it's better.
and a scorpion tail. And wacky glam rock hair.
Incredible glam rock hair.
It is.
I've stopped myself from saying a couple times in the last 30 seconds. It feels like they gathered art assets from all over the place and then we're like, all right, make a story out of it. And it's a fighting game, so I'm not convinced that still isn't what happened.
That's what happened.
It is. You said heavy metal earlier, and like
It's heavy metal.
if you asked a 1999 AI to mix Neon Genesis Evangelion and 1981's heavy metal, you would have this picture.
Yep.
This is
100%.
crazy.
So Justice is another major fixture in this story. Justice was super powerful and had the ability to control any other beings with gear cells forever. And we're just going to refer to any beings with gear cells as gears.
Okay.
Cool. So she used this ability to quickly rebel against the human creators and created a gear hive mind and declared war against all of humanity. Also, she blew up the entire nation of Japan.
Whoa.
Not the point. Justice uses she, her pronouns.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The giant cod piece threw me off.
Yep.
Sure. There's a reason why, and we'll get to it. And it's not a reason you're going to like.
Okay.
So just to catch up, Justice, big scary Metal Gear Ava, has become sentient, created a hive mind that connects all of the gears on Earth, which at this point are a lot,
Yep.
and declares war on all of humanity, blowing up the entire nation of Japan in the process. Cool.
Okay.
I'm following.
Yeah.
This act begins the 100 Years' War against the Gears versus humanity, that would be forever known as the Crusades.
See, we already had a Crusades. We had a few Crusades.
The Crusades definitively happened before Y2K, so you can't write that one out.
I mean, we also already had Nazis, but
Well, all right. I take it back.
Fine.
I'm sad now.
yeah. Well, I'll make you happy because we're going to talk about the Crusades now. To combat the Gear menace, the UN, because remember the UN still exists in this universe. The UN is
Still in 2074.
which honestly going strong.
Yeah.
The UN establishes the Sacred Order of Holy Knights because it's the Crusades. They stuck to the theme.
Yeah.
And
Stuck to the theme.
and fortunately,
UN loves
Soul
the
Bad
theme.
the UN loves the theme. Soul Bad Guy is eventually recruited into the Knights, albeit many years later. He's immortal.
Now, how
Because
is
he's a
Soul Bad Guy not controlled as part of Justice's hive mind?
Great question, Kyle.
Is his
He's
special headband?
it's not the special headband. It's just because he's Proto Man.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
He's not that
him.
guy. He's bad guy. God damn it. No, he's Proto Man. So
He's Blade. He's a daywalker.
He's a Daywalker.
He's Blade. Sure.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's good enough. So the Crusades go on for 100 years. A bunch of stuff happens that we're not going to talk about because we don't have time. But what you need to know is that the Crusades come to an end in 2175 when the then leader of the Knights, a man named Kai Kisk, and Soul Bad Guy together seal justice in an impenetrable dimensional prison.
Okay.
Kai is Image 6. He's a anime sword boy.
He is an anime sword boy.
Sure is.
So, 100 Years War of the Crusades, Kai and Soul are like the leaders of the rebellion and save humanity, yada, yada, yada. 5 years later in 2180, this short-lived peace is broken when we learn that the hold on Justice's dimensional prison had begun to weaken. Therefore, a champion was needed, one who would be strong enough to take down Justice once and for all. Because, mind you, neither Kai nor Soul were able to do it together. And so, the UN says, it's time for a blood sport. We got to do a blood sport.
Really?
Yeah, so we do a blood sport. It's time to start a tournament. We're going to open a tournament to determine the champion who's going to lead the second Sacred Order of Holy Knights, because the original Holy Knights had disbanded after the war.
Right.
This champion will lead the second order against Justice. And with this announcement of a tournament, we have our thinly veiled plot for a fighting game. Enter Guilty Gear 1.
Wow.
I want to live in a world where the UN, the UN's best way to determine this
Yeah.
is a kumite. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like. There's because that's not the world we're currently in.
It's
Our
pretty.
UN would never end on blood sport.
Listen, it's pretty bleak when the post-apocalyptic world of Guilty Gear seems more admirable than our own.
That is incredibly bleak. Yes.
Yeah,
You're right.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Guilty Gear characters that it brought. Stay with us. All right, and we're back. We're going to talk about the first Guilty Gear. So, full disclosure, there are a lot of characters. I am not going to go through all of the characters and all of their side stories because most of them don't matter. I think I'm going to talk about the main roster of the first game because there's some pretty fun side stories there. And then we'll just hit like the main storyline from that.
The ones you liked after that.
Yeah, the ones I liked. Okay, so the whole premise of the first Guilty Gear, the entire lore can be summarized in the 2 paragraphs in the instruction booklet. So all of the banana sandwiches stuff we just covered, most of that is obviously later retconned. It's just, So we don't have to keep going back and forth. But at the point of Guilty Gear 1, it was like it's 21XX. Technology is extinct, and there's a big evil robot called Justice. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Now fight. Now go fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we have the tournament. This tournament is determined to the champion of the Second Order, who's going to lead this fight against the big evil robot Gear Justice. As an incentive to bring in more people, the UN says the winner is going to receive one wish.
Whoa, just a full ass wish.
Just a full ass wish. We're full Twisted Metal here.
Okay, sick.
Oops, bad news. UN actually wasn't involved in this at all, because at the end of the game, we learned that this whole thing is a ruse. This whole thing is a ruse led by a gear cultist who goes by the name Testament. They rigged up this whole thing as a blood sacrifice to free Justice. They're basically like, hey, this is a blood sport, and I needed a bunch of blood and DNA to sacrifice to Justice to free her. So congrats, we did it. Here's Justice.
That's kind of a sick twist, TBH.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad. So canonically, Saul Bad Guy wins the tournament and defeats Justice, which is cool because he wasn't able to do this the first time. As Justice dies, she starts to talk to him, and it is heavily implied that Justice is Arya, his Frederick's former girlfriend. So we more or less learned that Justice is, at least in part, the body or made up of some parts of Arya.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So
that's a bummer.
It's not great. So Saul Bad Guy is forever cursed to wander the wastes as a bounty hunter, and
with the voice of his. Did you mean she talks to him she's like a voice in her head?
No,
or?
she's just dying.
Oh, got it.
As the big scary robot is dying.
Yep. Cool.
Okay, so Image 7. This is the character select screen for Guilty Gear 1. We've got 10 playable characters in the first game, and most of these characters come back in most, if not all, the games. So we're going to start top left and then just go down the list one by one. So starting top left, we've got Potemkin. So shortly after the banning of technology, India, you've heard of India. India is like, fuck this. They secede from the UN. And they say,
we're keeping our technology.
We're keeping our technology. Not only did they do that, they said, we're going to create our own nation with blackjack and hookers. And they built a massive dreadnought and gave it flying capabilities and just made a sky nation.
Sick. Good for them.
Yeah, pretty fucking cool. So years later, we see the independent airborne nation state of Zep. Was formerly what was known as formerly India, and these are the only practicers of the black tech.
Ooh,
whoopsie doodle! Zep is a slave nation.
Oh, damn!
So Potemkin is actually a slave, and Potemkin was sent by the military, Sergeant Gabriel, because he's one of the strongest of the slaves, and he was sent to request more land for the Sky Nation. Actually, except this is a double cross. Gabriel and Potemkin are in cahoots to overthrow the government of Zep.
Oh.
And they do that. So after the tournament, there's a coup. Gabriel becomes the president of Zep and declares it a democratic state, and then abolishes slavery and instills Potemkin as the head of his guard.
And who is Gabriel?
The sergeant that basically got him out of slave prison.
Sure. Great.
So image 8. So what we're going to do is you've got the original, you can see the original pixel art, and then these next artworks, these are all of the current state. So this is what Potemkin looks like in Guilty Gear Strive, and that's how the rest of these are going. So these are all the arts of the most current artwork, basically. So image 8 is Potemkin. It's big beefy dude. Next, we've got Chip Zanoff. Chip Zanoff was a drug addict who ended up under the care of a ninja master, trained under him for many years until his ninja master was killed by the Assassin's Guild, capital A, capital G. He enters the tournament to avenge his master and take down the guild. Later, he gets bored and says, I want to be president. So
all right.
He travels.
Sounds familiar.
I mean, right? So he travels to a remote portion of South Africa and establishes the Eastern Chip Kingdom.
All right.
Sure.
Sure.
I guess there's worse ways to do that.
So image 9 is Chip. Image 10, we got our boy, Saul Bad Guy, our main protagonist and badass renegade hero. He doesn't take shit from nobody. So Saul, he's the progenitor gear. He vows revenge against the people who wronged him so many years ago. And he just wants to return to life as a normal human alongside his beloved Arya. We'll catch up with Saul later, but this is his current iteration. Big Jack dude with a silly sword.
Yeah, I mean, his sword
Great.
looks
Can't go wrong.
less like a dildo strapped to a harmonica now, so that's not nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still got the belt that says free on it. That's important.
He's got a lot of buckles still.
Yeah. Next, image 11, we've got Axel Lowe. So Axel Lowe is just some dude, just some guy from the 20th century who was simply minding his own business in the year of our Lord, 1997, hanging out with his girlfriend Megumi when he was inexplicably caught in a time slip and hurled 200 years into the future to 2178.
It really looks. It just looks like gasified Axl Rose.
Yes,
Like,
it sure does. Also, this person has at least 4 zippers that I can see on this image.
Oh, damn.
the shirt
He does.
has one line up the middle.
He does.
with 3
He's
zippers.
got too many zippers. Oh man. Well, we made it. Yeah. So Axel Lowe, he's just a dude. He enters the tournament saying, "Well, like maybe they can send me back to 1997." Later on in the series, it's revealed that him being in this timeline is the singular thing holding the fabric of reality together.
Of course it is. Why else would he be there?
So he's like, well, I guess I have to stay. And he hangs out and saves the world with his buddy Soul Bad Guy.
Question.
Yeah, sure.
When he arrived 200 years in the future, did anyone tell him, welcome to the jungle? Or anything?
We've got fun and
similar to
games.
that? We've got fun and games.
Good. All right. Next, we've got Milia Rage. Orphaned at a young age, Milia was taken in by the Assassin's Guild, and while training under them, she activated a forbidden spell, capital F, capital S. This forbidden spell turned her hair into a lethal weapon.
Yeah. That was what I was getting from this picture. I was going to ask if her hair's a sword. I think her hair's a sword.
Here's a sword.
Yeah.
So she's unhappy with her lot in life. She collaborates with Interpol. That's right. Just Interpol.
Separate from the UN?
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is 100. This is definitely our from somewhere undisclosed region in the former Soviet Union character.
Yeah.
No, that's just what her current outfit looks like. She's a lot less Russian adjacent in her other artwork. That's just what she looks like now because she was the only time she appears in Strive is it's cold.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But that fair assumption, honestly.
Her hair is still a sword though.
Her hair is definitely a sword. Put that on the whiteboard. So Milia collaborates with Interpol to capture the Assassin's Guild, including their leader Zato. And then she goes on the run. She's a fugitive. She enters the tournament as a way to hunt Zato and kill him, thinking like this will end her fugitive state, I guess. Later on, Milia eventually makes up with Zato. So these are both fixtures. These are both major characters. And all her and the other assassins are just like cool. And they just
we want to bring Zato and the assassins back, but we want them to be good guys this time.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much this entire cast creates what I call the G Fighters, which is a take on, of course, the Dragon Ball Z Fighters. So they don't have that name. I just thought this was clever as my brain was melting.
Yeah.
So she Zato, Axel, a bunch of they're all just the G fighters. They're like Yamcha and Tien. They show up. They don't matter, but they show up to be there. And
they're all someone's favorite.
They're all someone's favorite
because they've been around since the beginning.
But they super don't matter. Speaking of people who don't matter, there's May. May is Image 13. May is the spunky first mate of the Jellyfish Pirates.
Awesome.
Cool.
The Jellyfish Pirates are led by a man named Johnny. May and Johnny have a weird father-daughter, sister-brother, lover relationship because this is a 1990s era anime.
Yeah.
And Johnny's taken to prison. May enters the tournament to free him. Later, she and the rest of the Jellyfish Pirates bust him out. They're part of the G Fighters. End of story.
Her weapon is an anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to fully remind myself that we were talking about One Piece right now.
Oh, yeah. She's very One Piece adjacent. One Piece coded. Image 14, we've got Cliff Anderson.
Okay.
He's
all right.
Old man with a big sword. So Cliff is interesting. So Cliff was saved by Soul Bad Guy as a young child at the age of 6. Because Soul Bad Guy is immortal.
Is immortal, right.
Cliff, like that was like the changed the trajectory of his life and would go on to become the first leader of the Sacred Order of Holy Knights and was the one who ultimately recruited Soul Bad Guy into the Knights.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, who's done this before? Where like someone else has done the like saved as a kid by the main character, then the main character
is it the time traveler's wife?
No.
Tenet is very much that.
I haven't seen Tenet either.
Because that is fine. The time traveler's wife. I want to be clear.
Great.
Anyway, so another interesting connection. Cliff trains and takes up Kai Kisk as his like protege. Kai would eventually succeed Cliff as the leader of the Holy Knights and was the one who like ended the war, basically. So Cliff is like in retirement and basically is just coming out of retirement for one last ride, baby.
Yeah, sure.
He's canonically killed in the tournament. He's the only one who dies. The entire series is the only one who dies.
Looks like Heihachi.
Yeah. And then we've got our other character we've already talked about, Kai Kisk, the Ryu to Soul Bad Guy's Ken. Kai Kisk.
Oh, sure.
Kai Kisk, he's the ultimate paragon. He's blue, Soul Bad Guy is red.
He's our baby face.
Yeah. He's our baby face sword boy. He's the ultimate paragon of good. Soul Bad Guy is a badass anti-hero, right?
Yeah.
So Kai, after disbanding the Knights, Kai joined Interpol. So Kai is also a cop.
All right.
Kai enters the tournament just to kill Justice. Easy. He's pretty one note. So he's Image 15. That is our current day image of Kai from Strive. And then we've got Zato 1. So I already mentioned Zato. Zato, just like Milia, was orphaned and taken in by the Assassin's Guild at a very early age. But he was like, hell yeah, Assassin's Guild, let's go. And he liked it so much, he invoked forbidden arts to trade his eyesight for more power that would ultimately lead him to lead the guild, help him lead the guild. He would go on to have complicated relationships with Milia and some of the other assassins until he was ultimately captured. Right before his capture, he took a job to kill a prominent doctor, who we'll talk about in a minute, but inadvertently killed the patient that doctor was caring for instead, which will be important. While in prison, Zato was approached by a tall, thin figure made of absolute darkness and was offered freedom and power. And of course, he took it. And as a result, Zato was overtaken by this symbiotic shadow, the Forbidden Beast, aka Eddie.
Eddie? Like just Iron Maiden's Eddie, huh?
Just like Iron Maiden's Eddie.
Sick.
Eddie looks a lot like the Pokemon Sableye.
Yeah.
I'm certain it's like based on the similar mythology or
I
something.
love Eddie and Zato's design. This is my favorite design.
Yeah, this is great.
I mean, a lot of these characters are really fun. Like, go watch videos of Guilty Gear Strive. Like, a lot of them are fun to watch. But like Zato, in the very little bit I played, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is really cool. But he's got this big like lurking shadow, and that's his weapon. He uses Eddie as a weapon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So as the franchise continues on, Eddie's influence is waning as Zato. Eddie completely absorbs Zato's body and eventually like takes over. So it's not even like a Venom symbiote sort of relationship. Until Eddie's body literally shuts down and both of them die. And then Eddie and Zato are resurrected. And the new version of them is like a Venom Eddie Brock kind of team up sort of thing.
Cool.
And they're and now he's one of the G fighters. And then finally we've got Dr. Baldhead.
Every fighting game needs a weird one. You've always got to have the weird one.
You always got to have the weird one. And Baldhead is the weird one. So Baldhead is Image 17. So Baldhead was the prominent doctor that I mentioned earlier. He was around in the late years of the Crusades. He lost his mind after he led an unauthorized procedure that resulted in a patient's death. He thought the guilt and the misery around this, like him inadvertently killing this person, basically warped his mind, and he just went on a rampage, a serial murderer rampage spree. He was finally caught and imprisoned and entered the tournament in order to clear his name. It's later revealed that hey, you got one wish.
He gets its one wish.
Okay, yeah,
wish.
right. Sure. Yep.
I mean,
okay.
what do you want?
Is it
I
clear,
rescind my
clear his name, less clear his name, more pardon is probably
Sure.
what we're going for here.
Yeah,
but
pardon works. Again, Kyle, don't ask questions.
I'm not asking any questions. I'm all the way in.
Yeah. So we later find out Baldhead was not the cause of the girl's death. As I mentioned, Zato was sent to assassinate that girl by the Conclave. Who are the Conclave? That's the Apostles, the 4 dudes in the backyard.
Oh,
They're
So
still around.
They're still around. They're now a shadow government called the Conclave.
Oh, okay. Like Fallout. I know that this is before Fallout, but
Kind of like Fallout.
yeah.
Kind of like Fallout. So that'll come up later. And the reason why is Baldhead was actually close to curing the strange anime disease that Arya was about to die from.
Oh,
We can't have that.
and they needed her to die to become Justice.
Yep.
Yeah, and so
Allegedly.
just to confirm, Arya's like dead and she's not still in cryo sleep somewhere.
We don't know where her body is. We assume that it's Justice. That's
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
the assumption.
Got it.
She's like Shinji's mom, spoiler, as Ava 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So after the tournament, Dr. Baldhead. This is not Death Stranding. His name is Baldhead. Dr. Baldhead regained his humanity and was like, I'm going to set out to rewrite all of my wrongs. He creates a new identity. He calls himself Faust. And that's Image 18. He's got a bag over his head now.
He's got a bag over his head and a man-sized scalpel as a weapon.
Yeah.
He's
And
the weird one.
he crouches in the same way. Like, no, I'm not the same guy. A lot of people stand like this.
He's got a tie and a lot of buttons.
He's got a lot of buttons. A lot
Okay.
of non-functional buttons.
A lot of non-functional buttons. Okay, how we doing? That's Guilty Gear 1. I promise we're not going to spend that much time on the rest of these.
Keep the hits coming.
Yeah, man.
Don't
Don't stop.
I'm scrolling through what we got left here.
Yeah.
So we're going to go
Let's
quickly
go.
through Guilty Gear X, Guilty Gear XX, and Guilty Gear 2 Overture because not a lot of story happens because these are fighting games. Specifically, Guilty Gear X doesn't matter at all lore-wise. There's one point. The only thing we need to know from that one is the introduction of Dizzy. Dizzy is the offspring of Justice, meaning she's more or less the child of Sol Bad Guy and Arya. Why is she? Because Sol Bad Guy is the progenitor. Sol Bad Guy is the Arceus of Gear, and Arya is Justice.
And
So
That
is it?
that was not that was a sentence that was nonsense outside of the context of this episode.
Yeah.
One.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, man.
Two, I get it. In the episode, it makes perfect sense.
I love how locked in you are. I'm so impressed.
Is this like did the AI is it like a gear baby or is it like a human
don't-
baby?
Matt, you have to
Matt-
realize, you have to know there's no explanation.
Matt,
for
you're
this.
asking too many questions.
There's so many things in the. This is why, like, so I'll link a couple of the videos I watched. I had to watch these videos 4 or 5 times because I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah,
where
man,
did that
this-
come from? Because there's so many things that just don't go explained, and like, it's like following the Dark Souls lore. But it's like people are like Guilty Gear fans are just like, I don't know, man. It's fucking.
This is what we're doing.
I think the way the reason I'm able to just be like, yeah, this all tracks is like it's all just rule of cool
Yeah,
for each character.
Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly.
what's the coolest backstory we can give them?
yeah,
Does it make sense? Absolutely not. Why would it make sense?
yeah.
But it's cool.
It doesn't
Like,
need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a
Dizzy,
fighting game.
So Dizzy's the child of justice. So the whole plot of Guilty Gear X is, hey, there's a new gear afoot, and we need to kill it. So there's a bounty on her head for 500,000 world dollars.
World dollars. That's the UN's
I
currency.
guess.
We got one world
Yeah.
government now.
Yeah.
Government. And then we got to take out Dizzy. Dizzy is image 19.
Oh, so Disney's
So-
got like a whole mother maiden crone sort of situation going on here.
She got a whole thing. So she's got she looks like a human, except for she's got a tail and she's got 2 wings that shapeshift into a Grim Reaper and an angel.
Oh, those are her wings.
Those are her wings. They're
I didn't
shape-shifting
think
wings.
that. That's crazy.
I didn't get that either. That's
Why would you? Why would you assume that's the case?
you're right.
Yeah.
So Soul finally hunts down and tracks Dizzy, and they fight. And he's like, "Oh, you're not evil. You're just chill." She knows nothing of justice. She's just like, she was like raised in a remote community as a child. Yada yada yada. Also, I should point out she's 6 years old.
Gross.
Okay.
But gears like her age rapidly.
Well, they're immortal,
Gross.
right?
I don't.
Yep.
All right.
Well, did we get that out of the way? Is that out of
I
Guilty
hate
Gear's
that-
system now?
I hate that has to be relevant later. So let's move on for now. So Guilty Gear XX, similarly pretty pointless. It introduces 2 major details. One is we're introduced to Eno, which is spelled capital I hyphen capital N-O. Eno is a witch who's working with that man because that man is back in the fold.
That sentence is crazy.
We also learn. So Eno is image 20.
I love
she's
her.
a witch with a guitar.
Hell yeah, she
she
is.
rules.
She's
This is
my
a sick
favorite.
design.
Yeah, she kicks ass. She's one of my favorites too. And then there's also an organization that's creating robot clones of Kai Kisk. So this is Robo Kai and image 21.
Why?
That's also really good.
He has a
Why
belt.
does his belt say ennui?
It says on we.
No, Human Kai's belt doesn't say anything. Why does his belt say ennui?
What's left of my brain has already poured out of my ears. Okay, so Dizzy is a full-grown adult. I need everyone to understand that because she and Kai hook up and get married and have a son.
All right.
Ew.
Fine.
Everybody, can we move on from that? Great.
Yep.
So they have a son named Sin.
Oh, Sin's the eyeball guy.
Yep. that's that video.
Oh,
So,
God.
meanwhile,
Why does it make sense? No.
Okay, follow along. So the United Kingdoms of Illyria is now established as an alliance of nations that are taking over much of the land that used to be the EU. So major superpowers is we've got the UN, which I think at this point is the Conclave, is just straight up the Conclave, I think. We've got the United Kingdoms of Illyria, which is like the European alliance, and then the US is still there. And then Japan is still a crater that doesn't exist.
I was gonna say, I thought Japan got blown up.
It did got blown up.
Okay.
There are still Japanese people, but it got blown up. Also, did I ever tell you the Japanese people, they have special key magic? So
You mentioned
You
key
did
magic,
mention key
and
magic.
You said like we're not going to talk about
they
key
have
magic
they
or
have
something.
they have special key magic that's more powerful than the rest of the magic. It's inherent in Japanese people. That will be relevant, unfortunately.
Okay.
So, Kai is elected king of Illyria. So he's now king of the European Union, which doesn't make any sense. Kai
doesn't have to.
doesn't have to. Kai and his now wife, Dizzy, Queen Dizzy, may I add, are afraid that the Conclave will find out that he married a gear. So he gives his 6-month-old son to Saul Bad Guy. He says, "Hey, you're a wandering ne'er-do-well that goes around hunting bounties. You should be a dad." So
Well, we haven't had the what is it? Hawk and Chick? Is that the like old Japanese like story of father samurai and their kid?
That's what this is.
We haven't had that trope yet.
So that's Guilty Gear XX. So Sin is, or no, this is Guilty Gear 2 already. Jesus Christ. So Sin also ages rapidly like Dizzy because he does. So Sin and Soul are now just two bros traveling the countryside hunting bounties.
Tight.
So Image 22 is Sin Kisk. Great. Moving on. Kai is now, so this is Guilty Gear 2. Kai is now king of Illyria. He's like, "Hey, Saul, bring my 5-year-old son to help defend Illyria because we're being invaded by the Backyard." This is the introduction of the Backyard. So
Just
the
now?
invasion
Just now is the introduction to the
Yeah,
regular?
yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
smokes.
because before the first 3 games were just fighting games.
Yeah,
No story.
yeah. You're right.
This
You're right.
is the action adventure game that introduces a bunch of lore.
Yeah, well, it's like the Sub-Zero game.
It's a Sub-Zero game. Kinda, yeah, man. So this invasion is being led by a woman named Valentine, whose soul is like, "Is that Arya?" Because he doesn't yet realize that Justice was Arya, but she really isn't. Valentine is also not Arya, but what she is a clone of Arya that was created in the Backyard by the Universal Will. Great. So partnering with Valentine is Raven, a man who originally came from the 1200s and was part of the Holy Roman Empire. And for whatever reason, he just like was shot with a bunch of arrows and died, but he didn't, and just like lived forever, and then eventually met that man and kind of became his like sidekick. So Valentine and Raven are teamed up to invade Illyria.
They're like our like boss henchmen.
Yeah,
like our
sure.
sub boss.
Yeah,
sure.
sub bosses to that man.
Yeah. So with the help of a sentient dragon professor named Dr. Paradigm, who is Image 23, that's Dr. Paradigm, Soul and Kai learn what Valentine is searching for. And she wants to unlock the cube in the Backyard. The cube will allow anyone to control reality itself. And the only way to unlock it is through the cells of justice, which she thinks is by capturing Dizzy. However, she doesn't realize that Dizzy had a child named Sin, And now she captures Sin for the Justice cells. So they get Sin back, and they all track Valentine in the army, and they learn she's hiding in the backyard. Soul and Sin are met up by That Man. So That Man shows up again. He's in like a cloak, and That Man and Soul fight for the first time in the series, but Soul like cannot compete. But weirdly enough, That Man doesn't kill him. Not only does That Man not kill Soul, bad guy, but That Man grants them all the power to survive in the backyard and is like, hey, here's the deal, go get her. And they're like, that's weird. So they do that, and they go take down Valentine, and they stop her from unlocking the cube. And they learn, and this is where we learn that Soul bad guy is Frederick, who was the original researcher and all of the stuff we did before. That Man appears once more in the backyard and says, there's going to be an apocalypse, and you're all going to take part. And Soul goes, I'm going to kill that man. And everyone goes home.
Andrew, I think you dropped all your nouns. You spilled all your nouns into that paragraph.
Yeah, this is the pronoun agenda that liberals want.
Can we help you pick them up?
Guilty Gear Xrd. This one's tough. Okay. There are 2 more successors to Valentine. Remember Valentine? Valentine. These 2
Attacking
successors
with Raven,
are made by...
right? That's Valentine?
Yeah, Raven doesn't matter anymore.
Okay,
yeah, we don't care about
okay.
it anymore. So,
that's so Raven.
So there are 2 more successors, both created by the Universal Will. The first is Ramlethal Valentine, and then the second is her twin sister, Elfelt Valentine. Those are images 24 and 25. Oh shit, there's another Valentine. A third Valentine is at the tower. This one is named Jacko. So there's Jacko Valentine. But she wasn't created by the Universal Will. She was created by That Man. And she's not aligned with the other 2. So we've got 3 Valentines all day. And they all kind of contain part of Arya's soul, but not really, because Jacko really does. And Jacko is image 26.
And she's got a jack-o'-lantern on her leg.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
all right,
Ramlethal Valentine goes to the crater formerly known as Japan and says, I declare war on the world. And all of the G-fighters show up and quickly take her down. Ramlethal tries to self-destruct herself because she's like kind of a robot, but Elfelt, her sister, stops her from self-destructing. They're both taken into custody. Ramlethal eventually decides humanity is worth saving because somebody gives her a cheeseburger. She later reveals...
You know what? Legit. Cheeseburgers are great.
She later reveals to the G-fighters that this whole thing was a decoy set in motion by the Conclave so that they could activate the cradle over the city of Babylon. Babylon is a city, I don't know when that was established. They want to activate the cradle and kill everyone. By doing so, that'll make a huge explosion and kill everybody.
Says big, I think it's Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. I get that. Ref. Why? So a question you might be asking, why do they want to explode the cradle? That's a great question, because the cradle is actually, they don't want to actually explode it. They use the cradle to warp back and forth between our reality and the backyard. And that's where they live. That's where the Conclave live. So they want to do this whole thing to reactivate justice and remake the world in their image. So in retaliation, Dizzy blows them up with a magical laser. Cool. Uh-oh, there's a Freddy Krueger now.
What?
Freddy Krueger.
What?
So we got a Freddy Krueger, a ding-dang Freddy Krueger. That's right. While all of this is going on, Ramlethal's nightmares start to get invaded by a nefarious man named Bedman.
Bedman?
Batman is
nightmare
Image
guy
Dark
named
27.
No. Wow.
That's Batman. He's chained to a bed.
That's
He's bolted to a bed.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times does Bedman push his giant glasses up on the bridge of his nose when he says
probably-
something smug?
Probably a lot, man. He's so smart. He invades people's dreams and he kills them in their sleep. Now, fortunately, we have a robot.
Great.
Because
Hell
remember, we have RoboKai.
We have RoboKai.
So RoboKai joins the fight against Bedman because he doesn't dream because he's a robot.
Oh my God.
Also, Elfelt is around. Elfelt's hanging out with the G Fighters. Now, until this point, Elfelt's been chill, and she betrays the group. But that's okay because we learn that she was actually being possessed by the universal will. So the ending of Xrd is we gotta go save Elfelt. We learn that the absolute will, which is also revealed to be the president of the Pope, because there's like a Pope.
And wait,
Sure.
who's the Pope?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the weirdest thing you've heard today.
No, I blanked.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
honest.
the AI is
The AI
Remember, the
is the
absolute
Pope.
will is the evil AI. Yeah,
Yes.
is the
Okay.
Pope.
Okay.
Write that on the
Will-
whiteboard.
got it. AI is the Pope.
we have Chicago Pope right now. In 100 years, we're gonna get AI Pope.
Yeah, the AI is the Pope. So the absolute will wants to fuse Elfelt with justice to create the absolute world, which is going to converge the backyard with the real world and bring on the devastating apocalypse that man told us about in the previous game. That man also shows up and he's like, hey, I'm actually not a bad guy. Here's the deal, gang. I've been fighting against that person, the Pope, the universal will, this whole time.
I had to do bad things to beat the worst, the evil you didn't know about.
Exactly. And this is when it's revealed the reason that Japan got blowed up is because the absolute will wanted to harness all of the key magic from the Japanese population and turn them into like backyard magic siphons that would basically like take all of the magic and converge the two worlds. So
He wanted to matrix them.
yeah, sure, something. Honestly, I forgot. The absolute that man was like, fuck that.
The absolute that man.
Absolute that man. Something jacked into justice and like rewired justice to malfunction it, and justice fired off a big old laser and blew up Japan as a result.
Okay.
Okay, so
Bummer.
bummer. Back to Jacko. Eno, remember Eno, the witch with the guitar?
Yep.
Eno awakens Jacko, and we learn Jacko is the one possessing the other half of Arya's soul. So that man tells Soul bad guy,
Soul bad guy.
Yeah.
that, hey, if you can fuse Jacko with justice, you might be able to bring Arya back. So they do that by firing another laser at both of them. So justice is finally destroyed, and Arya is revived, and the universal will, aka the Pope, is captured. Finally, that man reveals himself to be a man with cat ears who goes by the name Asuka R. Kretz. That's Image 28. That's that man, aka Asuka.
Is this proper noun important? Like, have we heard this name ever?
No,
Okay, great.
no.
And
That's just
They decided on,
to give him a name.
on Zerd to stop
Yeah.
calling him that man and give him a name.
Yeah,
And he's not the
Asuka is
Pope.
a good guy now.
does he become the Pope? Because
He's
this is a
not the
very
Pope.
He
doesn't become the
papal
Pope.
costume he's wearing.
It's very religious costume.
Pape,
Yeah, it is. That's fair.
Pope with sneakers, sneakerhead Pope.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see the sneakers before.
Well, he's got to be comfortable. He's got a lot of science to do. He's got to be comfortable.
This, and don't ask me to show my work. This feels
Sure.
very Yu-Gi-Oh coded.
Yeah,
This
Sure.
character.
it does.
I think
mean,
it's the thing over his eye that's very Pegasus like.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the staff
Yeah.
looks very like dark magician-y.
Yeah. All right.
And some dope ass sneakers.
We're at the last game, Guilty Gear Strive. We did it. We're here. So Guilty Gear Strive hits its climax immediately as Asuka, formerly known as that man, tells everybody his side of the story and immediately surrenders himself to the U.S. government custody. He says, I'm a good guy. You can trust me. I'm surrendering myself because I want to be in prison, not for your sake, but for my own sake. I need to protect the Tome of Origin. The Tome of Origin. What is the Tome of Origin? Great question. It's kind of the Necronomicon, but it's basically like, remember the original? You guys remember the original. He wrote a bunch of notes about the backyard. That eventually became the Tome of Origin, the dark text that details everything about the backyard's magical powers. Asuka fused his body with the Tome of Origin, so it's like in his body. It's his nobody. So he needs to be hidden away, like Vision needs to be hidden away from Thanos.
Got it.
Right.
Enter Ino.
Thank you for that comparison.
Yeah.
I got you. So Ino the witch, the guitar witch,
Yep.
she's back. She breaks into a maximum security prison to extract the physical manifestation of happy chaos from the Pope, aka the Universal Will.
Happy chaos. Do we know what that
Back
is?
that up.
Nope. But it's shown on image 29. That's happy chaos. That's just like it's just kind of the
It's just a
evil
goth
intention of the Universal Will.
It's
Yeah.
what from Twilight Princess.
Is Midna?
It's Midna. It's Twink Midna.
Or not Midna. Xant.
Girahim.
Girahim.
I was thinking Midna, but
okay.
but Girahim works too.
Yeah.
Same
So,
vibes. Dark.
I would be lying if I sat here and said I could explain what the fuck happy chaos is. I can't.
Great.
I'm doing my best.
I won't ask you to.
Just know it's image 29.
I think it's a demon man with a gun.
It's just
Like,
a
I don't
demon man
know-
with a gun. Yeah.
I don't know if there's much more.
So what I do know is that Happy Chaos took half of Ino's magical powers in the backyard. So she extracted Happy Chaos as a means to reclaim her power. Cool. He's like, hey, let's team up. And they do. Ino wants to get the Tome of Origin, aka the Necronomicon, so that she can become a god. Happy Chaos is like, I'm just happy doing chaos. And he summons a samurai vampire to hunt down Soul Bad Guy so he can't get in the way.
Cool.
So he does that.
Blade. We got another Blade.
Yeah, the real Blade. Happy Chaos then. So everyone's at the White House because the United States is important again. Asuka's being held in the deep dark basement of the White House.
You just somehow Palpatine returned. We're all at the White House.
Yeah, everyone's at the White
House. Somehow we're all at the White House.
So Happy Chaos mind controls all of the Secret Service at the White House during the G4 summit. And Soul gets there because he's got to save the president. Also, the president is a cyborg. Don't ask questions. So in retaliation, Happy Chaos says, I'm going to resort to plan B and enters in the secret codes that turn the White House into a flying airship. And they fly away with the White House. So Asuka, Soul Bad Guy, Happy Chaos, the president, they're all in the White House at this point. While in the White House,
which is flying away.
which is flying toward Mexico. Asuka figures out that, well, the only explanation is Happy Chaos must be the creator of magic himself, the original.
Okay.
All right.
Meanwhile, Ramlethal, remember her? She ate a cheeseburger. Now she's good. Faust, the man with the bag on his head. Sin, that's Dizzy and Kai's son. The jellyfish
eyeball
pirates. A bunch of other people at this point stop a massive explosion caused by Bedman's little sister, because Bedman is now dead from the last game.
Oh no.
That happens.
Bedman's become dead man.
Is Bedman's little sister just gender swapped Bedman?
No, she's different. Her name is
she's got her own thing.
Her name is
Okay.
Delilah. She has her whole thing. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Because we got to stop the White House from flying into Mexico. The only way that we can do that is we got to shoot down the White House because it can't enter Mexico. That's
The onion
really
could
important.
never.
But first, we got to get Soul and Asuka and Cyborg President out of the White House. Or we got to get Happy Chaos out of the White House. Because Happy Chaos and the Vampire Samurai are both there. Soul kills the samurai. Check box. They eject Happy Chaos from the White House, and Happy Chaos is probably dead. Box checked. Everyone's happy. Asuka then says, I'm going to write our past between us, Soul Bad Guy, and removes his gear, effectively reverting Soul Bad Guy back into normal man Frederick, last name redacted, once more.
What?
And everything is better.
Why? How does Soul Bad Guy benefit
That's
from losing his gear after all this stuff?
Kyle, it's all you ever wanted.
Is it?
He just wanted to be a real
Probably.
boy.
He just wanted to be a real boy.
All right.
Oh, fuck, Happy Chaos is still alive. Because the person that got ejected from the White House was just some dude. And Happy Chaos had been alive the whole time. Happy Chaos then takes the tome from Asuka, who then gives it to Ino, who gets the powers of a god. And now there's no one to stop her because there's no Soul Bad Guy anymore because he's just a man named Frederick. Fuck. Our only hope now are the scales of Juno.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Good question, Kyle.
What did you just say to me?
Well, the scales of Juno, obviously, was this Deus Ex Machina that was originally implanted in a Justice. Unfortunately, Justice is long gone, and we have no access to those Justice cells anymore. But do we?
But probably.
That's right, guys. Justice had a daughter, but Justice's daughter also had a son. So technically, Sin should have the scales of Juno. Right?
Yeah.
Fucking wrong. That's right. The owner of the scales of Juno are none other than Kai Kisk, because when Sin was born, Kai said, your blood makes you too powerful. And he scooped out his son's eyeball and then ripped out his own and swapped their eyes. That gave Kai the power of a gear, but also tempered Sin's gear powers. So now Kai has the power of the scales of Juno and shows up to fight Ino and is gonna save the world. Except he gets mollywomped. So Cyborg President rolls up a bunch of nukes and Frederick shoots a nuclear battery at Ino's right hand. That's her weak point, of course. And she explodes and everyone lives happily ever after. Roll credits. Now Asuka has a podcast.
I can't tell if that last line was real.
I can't tell if that was a joke or not.
None of that was a joke.
So the scales of Juno had nothing, did nothing.
Did nothing. Equated to nothing.
Wow.
The real scales of Juno were the nukes under the White House
nukes that
the entire
that
time.
we made along the way. What did we learn today?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Absolutely nothing.
Not a damn thing. So that's-
Don't try and
that's it.
put lore to a fighting game.
Maybe don't try to put Lord of a fighting game. So that's Guilty Gear. I'm different.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
The version of it that you gave to us rules. I don't want to glimpse upon whatever unholy texts you had to read to get that.
I
knowledge.
opened Pandora's box and it was all horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with what Kyle said. I do have a couple of thoughts. Thought one is I know why I had never heard of Guilty Gear, and it's because I was into Bloody Roar. And I feel like this was at the time where like you just
The
picked a
equal
fighting
opposing
game.
opposite,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so like
Yeah.
I liked Bloody Roar. My neighbors were really into Dead or Alive. And so like those were the two fighting games that I was checking out lore for. But I get it. I see it. And I, especially after doing the MK lore, I understand the like, oh boy, guess what kind of crazy shit we put together to justify this tournament. This was insane. And knowing that I saw you in person 48 hours ago and you looked me in the eye and said, I don't really know what Guilty Gear is. And you just put this together.
I still don't think he really knows what Guilty Gear is.
I would agree with that sentiment.
That was
Yeah.
wild. Thank you. Good job. Your watch has ended.
it's-
You can rest.
Pretty insane. Thank you.
This has this gives me the feeling I got hearing like my childhood friends tell me the plot of the movie they went
Yeah.
and watched the night before.
Yeah, dude.
But
Yeah,
they
man.
don't know anything about storytelling or or like plot. So
It's-
you just get an incoherent rant of like, and then this happened.
And then this
but
happened,
I
and
forgot
then this
to
happened.
because at the beginning of the movie they got the key, and then
Yeah.
it's just that
It's
for forever.
Yeah.
It's precisely how when I was 9 years old, when my mom would ask me, "Oh, what are you doing? You're playing? What are you playing?" And I would explain why the lore behind why my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and stuffed animals were all fighting in it together.
Yeah,
That's this. This is that.
yeah. I think
With
gave me
weird,
the feeling.
with cool D&D backstories.
I think this gave me the feeling that either of my parents got whenever they asked me what was happening
Yep.
on like Digimon.
Yeah.
And I tried to explain it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep. So that's Guilty Gear. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thanks for listening in to debate this. You can follow along with the arguments on the stuff or
In the
on
places.
the stuff in the places, the socials, or on our website, debatethiscast.com. And if you want to commission your own flavor text, head on over to patreon.com/debatethiscast. A one-time payment of $60 will allow you to tell us whatever fucking insane bullshit you want. Because nothing matters. Until next time, I'm Andrew Henderson.
I'm Matt. Are you a soul enough bad guy to save the president, Cole?
And I'm Kyle. Sin is technically Justice's grandson, feels like a metaphor, but there's no way it is. Harper.
And if you think we're wrong, you can come fight us behind the swing sets, nerds.